Hello, this is your captain speaking. This is the second time I've had to record this because OBS is stupid, slightly. But it was my fault, so we're recording it again. So here we go. Welcome to your end of year meeting. I figured that this would be a good way to do it because I'm an idiot. But it's moreover to align with everyone's schedules so that we all can get this information without having to have a meeting all at the same time. You have to move your schedules around. Just listen to it on your own time. Please put me at 2x speed if you don't care. You just want to get to the juice of it. Or you can mute it because I'm going to pull up the exact document that they want me to share with you. And you can just screenshot things. There you go. If I have to record this again, I'm going to actually scream. So if you get a different video with me screaming, you never get this. So that'll be that. Anyway, so here we go. Let's look at this. Hooray! Welcome, Icebreaker. Yay! What's your name? My name's Zachary. Anyway, so 24-hour quiet hours go into effect on Wednesday, April 28th at midnight, and they end May 7th at 8 a.m. This essentially will be to allow people to study without people yapping in the hallway. So please keep the meetings in the lounge where everyone is screaming on tables to a minimum. I will be a little bit more harsh than usual about people being loud since it is 24-hour quiet hours. I can't do anything about the people that are installing the water fountain and jackhammering in the hallway for hours and hours, but I can and will ask people to quiet down so that people can study and also take their tests uninterrupted. It's not because I want to assert my dominance over you or whatever the fuck. It is literally just because people need to take tests. I move out deadlines. So they would like you to move out 24 hours after your last exam. So that's kind of the first and foremost, that's the general rule of thumb. All residents will complete the express checkout, which I'll tell you more about. Friday, May 7th at noon is essentially the penultimate deadline. You must be moved out by then. Unless you are graduating, which I don't think any of you are, unless you took every single fucking class in high school, which some people do. But if you are graduating, then your penultimate move-out time is May 9th due to the graduation ceremonies. Failure to check out by the deadlines will result in charges to your student account, and they really like to charge you, so just be careful on that. How to prepare your room. Essentially, make sure it's clean. Make sure it's clean, make sure all your stuff is out, make sure all of your stuff is out of the common areas. So where this will mostly affect us is the refrigerator. So make sure all of your food and all that stuff is out of the refrigerator. If you forget about your food in the refrigerator, let me know about it so I can figure out a plan for it. And the plan will probably be just to throw it away, but just so it doesn't sit in there for another 5 days and spoil, and then I have to deal with spoiled food as opposed to just food that you forgot. So if you forget, it's okay. Just let me know. But please try not to forget, and please try to deal with all of your stuff so that I do not have to. That would be great. Express checkout procedure. We're doing express checkout essentially to minimize contact because of the whole virus thing going on. Residents will sign up for express checkout times with me by Monday, May 3rd. And I believe they are sending me a link soon. I will keep you posted on the official form that they want you to check out with. But this is really just to prevent a pile up from occurring at the room where the key drop off is. So that just kind of helps logistically the people that are staffing that room. I presume people are staffing that room. I don't know, but it's just to prevent a pile up of people essentially coming in contact with each other. Express checkout envelopes will be located in the express checkout location, which is the Fitton Lobby Room 118. So if you go into the front of the Fitton building, which is directly to our right, if you face the street, you go out, you go into the Fitton Lobby, and I believe the room is actually on the right. If it's on the right, it'll be on the left, so there you go. You do actually have access to the front of that building, so your bus card should work on that scanner. Process is, you go in there, you take the envelope, you follow any of the signs that you see something written down, please read it, please follow its instructions, whether it be to write your name on the envelope or your room number or something to that effect. Just do it, and you should be all good to go there. If you have any questions about that, please let me know, and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Damages, essentially, report any damages as soon as possible. So make maintenance requests now rather than later. If you make a maintenance request and it's all fixed and good before the end of the semester, then it'll be fine. You don't have to get charged, regardless of what it is. So if there's anything that you could think of that's even remotely close to being chargeable, go ahead and make a maintenance request and have them come out and fix it. I know it's a drag to have random people in your room fixing crap, but it will prevent you from getting charged for any stupid chips of paint or whatever. Review residents' general charges and damages. This is a scare tactic. So this is a scare tactic to show you what all the different prices are. Essentially, the minimum charge that we can charge you is $25 or $50. I honestly can't remember which, but that's stupid and annoying, and it's totally out of my hands. So my best advice to you is if you see anything in your room that's remotely chargeable, you take one of the stupid command strips off the wall, whatever, and a piece of paint comes off, go ahead and report it, get it fixed, and you won't have a problem. Again, make sure you move out by May 7th, unless you're graduating, when you'll move out by May 9th. Write this date down, put it in your calendar, whatever you need to do. May 7th is the deadline for most of you. Say 99.9% of you. And you'll be charged for $50 for each additional hour that you stay after the deadline. So you leave at 1 instead of noon on May 7th, then you're fucked. You're fucked. So you get charged on your student account. It essentially will appear as a little nice fun bill on top of the tens of $1,000s that you pay to be here. A nice little extra fuck you for staying an extra hour on campus. So please make sure that you are moved out by May 7th at noon. Don't forget. Don't forget. That's if you forget everything else, don't forget that. Cool. On top of that, if you, for whatever reason, have to stay, the only flight home that you had was after May 7th, let somebody know. And that somebody is Kate. And that email can be found here. I will leave it on the screen for a while at the very end, just so that you can screenshot it, write it down, whatever you need to do. But if for whatever reason you can't comply with any of these circumstances, let Kate know sooner rather than later, and she can be at least a little bit more flexible than if you don't tell her at all. Next on the list, bicycles, make sure you take them with you. If you are staying for the summer semester, do not leave them outside. Bring them into your room, and then move them to your other room until after May 15th. Essentially, if you leave your bike outside between when you leave when you're supposed to leave on May 7th and May 15th, GTPD goes around with a big giant pair of bolt cutters. They cut locks, and they actually sell these bicycles. So make sure that you bring your bike inside, unless you want to give it to GTPD for them to sell and you want to fund GTPD with your bike sales. That's fine too, but just letting you know what's going to happen. Green Goodbyes, woo, we couldn't just call it giveaway. Anyway, Green Goodbyes essentially is a new program that's starting this semester to prevent people from throwing so much stuff away and instead giving it away. So there will be different drop-off locations kind of around tech for you to leave things that you don't want, as long as they are on the accepted donation lists. First of all, where are these boxes? These boxes will be located in the North Avenue Apartments, the Graduate Living Center, and the Freeman and Montag crossover. So that's good for us. So the Freeman and Montag crossover, which is right next to us, will probably be the closest location. I imagine that this box will overflow very quickly. So the next best bet is to go to one of the outdoor trailer locations at the Roof of the Koran parking deck, which is quite a ways away, between the Center Street Apartments, which is a bit closer, near Britton Dining Hall, which again is very far away, and behind the 4th Street Apartments, which is again is a bit closer. Accepted donations are non-perishable food items, and they must be unopened. So essentially canned goods. Clean clothing in good condition. Household goods, including small appliances, storage bins, and cookware, and then clothing hangers. Not accepted. Beddings, open food, underwear, Tupperware, any loose items. By loose items, they mean essentially if you have a shit drawer, don't dump your shit drawer into the donation bins. That's annoying. Don't be a dick. Anyway, residents who do not live in the buildings where the donation box will be placed should not access those residence halls to donate their items. Please take any donations to the outdoor trailer donation sites. Essentially don't break into these other locations, the North Ave Apartments and the Freeman and Montag, or I guess not the Freeman and Montag, the GLC locations. They don't want people randomly walking in just to donate random stuff. Trash collection. There'll be various roll-off dumpsters installed around campus. So the gigantic green open-top dumpster that we know and love. Essentially, if you don't want something and it's not donatable, throw it in there, and you'll be good to go. The only exception to that rule is food items. So any perishable items that will rot and subsequently smell very bad should be thrown in these smaller dumpsters. I imagine these dumpsters will inevitably overflow, but do the best that you can. Don't just get lazy and throw it in the open top dumpsters. If you have the option, please put them in those smaller dumpsters. Parking and transportation during closing. Beginning on April 19th, no parking signs will be posted around the residence halls to help facilitate move out for residents. While parking in these spaces, residents and visitors to campus should treat these as 30-minute parking signs. Typo. Stupid. Dumb. Parking decks around the residence halls will also be open between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on designated days and and in designated parking decks. So during these times, these specific parking decks will be open for you to use to help you move out. Your mom has a big minivan. You want to load this minivan. You want to store it for a shake. Put it in these locations during these dates at these times. You should not be ticketed, but I cannot promise anything because PTS is, again, very dumb. Then, take a screenshot. I'll leave it here for a shake. Again, here's Kate's email if you have any issues with complying with the whole deadline by May 7th, or you have any dire questions that you need to essentially negotiate with housing, like I can't do this. Your best point of contact is Kate. If you tell me this, I will direct you to Kate. So please just direct your concerns to Kate directly, because they'll just prevent me, the middleman, from going, this is Kate's email. Anyway, reminders, residents living on campus for the summer will receive specific follow-up directions about the process to move from your spring to your summer housing assignment. So if you're one of those cats that has classes during the summer, make sure that you look at your email. You will get specific instructions on how to go about doing that. Work order requests. Please submit anything necessary sooner rather than later. Again, this is to prevent you from getting charged. I would like none of you to get charged if at all possible. If you want my opinion on something, like you think this is chargeable, I would defer just to say yes and just report it, just so you don't get charged, because I really don't want you to. But if you need a second opinion, like, should I report this, then I'm more than happy to come into your space and say, yeah, that's probably chargeable, or no, that's not. Or just shoot me a picture if you're uncomfortable with that. No dumpster diving. That's against state law and you'll get cited. Also, it's dangerous. Essentially, this is just prevent people from standing by dumpsters and picking up loads of free furniture, I guess. I honestly don't know why this is a rule. I guess it's mostly the dangerous part. But if someone's going to throw something away, or you're thinking about throwing something away, and it's like nice, so you have like a nice fridge they're just going to toss, talk to your friends. There's probably someone that'll take it before you just throw it away. But no dumpster diving. They'll yell at you and it'll be annoying. So don't do that. And then last thing, don't throw small personal refrigerators away. Leave them next to the dumpster for proper disposal. Essentially, this is to prevent them from leaking Freon, which is not good. So the Freon must be drained properly Got to keep our sanitation workers safe. So they should have these actual little zones set up, like put your refrigerator here type deal. So if you see those, put them there. If you don't like throw your refrigerator, if you are throwing it away, all the way into the dumpster, because that is a danger for these workers. I don't think there's anything else, but I will get any information that I receive to you as soon as possible. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me by GroupMe email, or just come knock on my door, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Again, if you don't remember anything from this, May 7th by noon. May 7th by noon. Make sure you're gone by then. That's like the golden rule. Also, report any damages that may be an issue in your room. But with that, thank you for listening, and feel free to play this video at 2x speed. Cheers.